Addiction is a disease. Many times the question is addiction a disease or is addiction a choice? Much of the science will show you that addiction is a disease, although I will tell you that there was one choice that I made that led to me being addicted, and that was using the drug in the first place. I could also tell you that if somebody would have told me that the first time that I picked up that joint or I drank that beer, that eventually I was going to be taking pills and oxycodone and then heroin and using coke and meth and all the other things that come along with it, and then I would eventually ended up homeless, I probably would never have picked up the drug in the first place. And this is why I thoroughly believe that it's a disease, because once I got hooked on the drug, I couldn't stop even if I wanted to. I could have told somebody wholeheartedly that I will not use. I could have meant it with all my heart and soul, and yet for some reason still found myself picking up and using the drug the next day because I did not know how to stop. Now, when it comes to like the research and stuff like that, there's actually science out there right now that shows that the brain chemistry is different. Not only in the addict, but for example, if an addict has a child, or both the parents were addicts, the child has a difference in their brain. So if they pick up later on in their life, they have a higher chance of becoming addicted. This does not mean that they will 100% become addicted. Nothing guarantees that anybody will 100% become addicted, but they have a higher chance. See, a genetic predisposition does not mean that you will get whatever you're genetically predispositioned to get. An example of this is diabetes. If somebody is a diabetic, but they never eat anything that's unhealthy in their entire life, then they would never show a symptom of diabetes. They would never get diabetes. They would live a normal, healthy life. If somebody is diabetic and they eat a whole bunch of unhealthy food for a long enough period of time, then eventually they'll become a diabetic, and then they got to deal with whatever the consequences are. The same thing with addiction. Addiction has side effects. The side effects is to continue to use drugs despite wanting to stop, even when it interferes with your life goals, and that it can put you in predicaments that you never thought that you would find yourself in. So, to finish this video off, I just want to mention that it's an addiction. Addiction is a disease, and it's a disease of choice. Thanks.